Welcome. I wanted to go through tuples, ranges, dictionaries, and sets. Um, Hopefully, I'll get to the memory requirements of each variable. Boolean's probably the lowest, but you still have to include the text in it some way or another, I'm sure, because it's either true or false. But the actual logic behind it is just a one or a zero, which, well, yeah, save that for electrical engineering course or something. But here we go. Here's a tuple. And it's different than a list in the way that it uses the round brackets. So I could call this var tuple equals, and I'll have to use the round brackets on this one. So I usually give a space between the equals and the variable name. But this round bracket, come on, stop jittering on me. Oh, that's all right. That's a round bracket then. And then I can use either the single quotes or the double quotes, since these are strings inside the tuple. You can also manipulate these. You can like add the first letter of the first one, and all these kinds of things. And it's just crazy. Well, strings are really common to manipulate, but there's a lot of the same in each one, and a lot of the same between each programming language. But let's call this tulip. There we go. And the next one, call that a rose. Trying to work on my and you can do like, let's do 3 in this tuple, and then call this one and I that doesn't even look like a word, but here we go. Put another double quote to end it, and then you just put another bracket, round bracket like that, and range. Range is one that I didn't really use too much, but let's go over that. Call it var. Should I put another R in it? Well, okay. Var range equals. Range is really weird. I'm sure it goes from 0 to 6. Usually it counts 0. So, which is range. I'm guessing this is for more or less just manipulation of other variables, but I'm not even sure. I haven't used that one too much. And a dictionary. These are really weird because you can call a dictionary by its keys, of course, which is like and it uses what I think it's open brackets on this one. Oh, yep. So I go like I'm gonna put dictionary names in here. I might as well. But Merriam and another double quote, and then and this will be on a separate line, or no, all on the same line. This is space. I can't use any more space over here, so I'm gonna go over here, and this is words, and use what's the other name for let's do Webster. Okay, that's another name for a dictionary. Just confuse people, So Webster is a key. The first one's a key, so Merriam's a key. Words is a value related to that key. Webster. Do the Webster dictionary name, and call it letters, and double quote it at the end. And then I gotta do the round bracket to finish it off. And that would be all in one line. And sets. Sets are I guess they're alright, they work. I mean, man, I don't wanna work. Screw that shit. What did I just say? Sets. Uh-huh. And I gotta use the curly brackets on this one. Wait, it was the curly brackets on the dictionary too, because it's very because if you use the open brackets versus the curly brackets, it's gonna call it a different type of variable. So the curly brackets are on the dictionary, so just I don't want to confuse people too much. Variable sets, yeah, very, which doesn't matter. I can change anything on that side. But what happens is, I can get to that in a second. But like, this is the curve bracket, and what it does is just reps output as one value in it, and steps, and another curly bracket. But what happens is all these, because this is the variable, and you assign the type by how you assign. So in this code right here, using the round brackets right here, and let's change my color. Using the round brackets. Oh, come on. Color to blue. So the round brackets actually mean something like, if you use a round bracket and you end it with a round bracket and you don't use semicolons in between, you know, it's going to be something different, which is really strange, but you got to do it either. And you can do a single quote for, because this is a string inside the variable, but actually makes the memory requirement more. But it's like, yeah, these are technically strings, but it's like I'm gonna start with a new image here. But what I want to say. All right. What did I want to say, man? Oh, to access. Okay. Because we're gonna get into manipulation here shortly after knowing the variables. But you gotta understand, to access. Like if I had a list, okay, var list, and I wanted to access with a function, and I can't remember half of them, but like let's say I have a list, okay, and the list includes and I think that's around, no, that's a square bracket. List includes word, one, okay, and what I wanted to do was access and the way to do that is really strange. But I know with just strings, to access the first part of the string, it would be something like okay. So you type the function. So this is whatever function that you want to do to it. You type the input. And you do a curly bracket. So like this first one would usually be referred to as 0. So if you wanted the W, it would be like a 0, 0 or something. Which in that case, most of the time, it's something like this. 0, 0. And they're both being square brackets. Then what you do is you put a variable for the new part, variable here, variable name, and the value of this would equal that variable on the other side of the equal sign. It's really strange, but it works. And I'll have to get a list out and make a lesson plan for that, but it's pretty interesting. Things like integers and everything. Of course, there's because they call this manipulation. They call if you do it in math, they call it like math functions. They call it a mathematical operator, which is like the equal sign, the division sign, the multiplication star, and there's some basic ones, and it builds up. Some of them have libraries and functions that already have that in there. But there's also minus, just the average. What I'm finding out now when I'm working on the calculator app is that stuff like there's like a tangent. It's math.tan. But all this stuff is later on, so you don't have to worry about it right now. But thanks for watching. I'll get back to I don't know what the next one is. I think it's I got a list here, but it's like a Frozen set, and I've never used it. I have no idea what it really does. Most of the time I'm just messing with strings or integers. Yeah, it's nothing too big. But I'll get through that list and we'll move on. And I wanted to go over, I really wanted to go over was there's a certain size of memory you have to have for each so like a Boolean value, which is equal to equals is either true or false. And the thing is with a Boolean, it probably takes the least amount of memory. But when you get to strings, because it's only, when they do it ones and zeros, this is a 1. This is a 0. But I'll have to get the list out and see exactly the memory requirements. But it's like with a string, you have all the ASCII map characters. So anything in the ASCII map can be a string, or can fit in the string. It was something similar to that because it's mainly letters. You can make words and all sorts of. But in order to do with a mathematical operation from it, you got to convert from a string into like a numerical value, like an integer or something. And it's weird, but I'll cover that later. I'm trying to cover the whole thing, but man, I'm a mess, and this computer is a mess, and we'll get through it.